Alright, we will play first. We will designate Obosh as our companion. And even though it's a little land heavy, we will keep. Wow, we lost almost a minute. We lost over a minute in time after clicking join the game. Well, looks like Magic Online is lagging a bit. Hopefully this won't make the play experience too difficult. Alright. Alright, so some type of Izzet deck. Probably Izzet Prowess, I'm guessing. It's a pretty easy light up the stage on turn 2. Still playing the same version as last time, but I am putting the one of Castle Embereth back in. I've received a lot of positive feedback about it. And Soulscar Mage here is very good. And see, that is why we like to play light up the stage after attacking. Yeah, if we would have played the Lightning Bolt, it just wouldn't have been as good. Plus, we wouldn't have the Lightning Bolt available for what very well could be a creature we need to remove. Of course, here there's no reason not to play out the Swift Spear. So now it's actually an interesting decision of whether or not to fire off this Lightning Bolt. I'm still going to hold on to it, because one thing is they might be Storm, and if they are, then we really want to hold on to Bolt for their one of their accelerators. But even if it's Prowess, you know, if they Lightning Bolt one of our guys, then they play Stormwing Entity, that could be a problem. You know, just in general, it usually is correct to be pretty cautious. Okay. I think that's fine. You know, the reality is they're pretty far behind. Pillage on turn 3, you know, out of an Izzet deck is a bit unusual. Okay, so now we can bolt with pretty much impunity in a sense, knowing that they probably can't kill one of our creatures, so they will take 11 damage and be down to 5. You know, and considering that we've got these Flame Slashes, which are exceptionally, well, the problem is they're still not dead. Yeah, and, you know, it's very unlikely they're Storm if they're playing main deck Pillage. At the same time, though, there still could be merit to killing something they got going on. I think I am still going to fire off the Lightning Bolt because, you know, I'm just worried they're playing some kind of offbeat Blue Moon, I don't know. They're playing some kind of deck that is unusual and might have Anger of the Gods in the main deck. I can't protect my creatures. I want to get max value out of them while I can. And I've got these Flame Slashes for whichever creature they may play. Of course, if these happen to be Burst Lightnings, we would have won by now, but you know, I like cards that solve problems. I still think the Flame Slashers are overall better. I highly doubt we're going to lose this unless they are secretly playing Storm. Yeah, if they had Storming Entity, this Flame Slash would just be insane. Well, this is technically lethal. They may have Cryptic Command. But the good news is these Blister Coil Weirds make them probably very cautious about tapping my team down and drawing a card. They may actually have to tap down my team, bounce a Blister Coil Weird. Yeah. Well, they'll take 4 down to 1. Yeah, this has got to be some type of control deck. And the frustrations of Flame Slash being a sorcery come up. alas, I think we're in pretty good shape. And I'm guessing they do have Cryptic Command. Well, okay, that's odd. Yeah, I mean, maybe not. You'd think if they had Cryptic Command, they would have blocked both Weirds. You know, Weird is the worst Prowess, in quotation marks, creature in the deck, except if your opponent has Cryptic Command. Then suddenly it's the best. Or one of the best, because, yeah, if the opponent thinks they can stop it from attacking, very often that is incorrect. Because they tap it down, but then you can play an instant, untap it, and it's still attacking. So we have no idea what we're up against, so that makes it kind of difficult to sideboard. I'd wager Blood Moon is probably not that great against a red-blue, probably Blue Moon deck. If we know for sure they're Blue Moon, and if we know for sure that Batterskull is one of their win conditions, Shattering Spree could be good. Unfortunately, we do not know that, but we do know that they've got some type of graveyard shenanigans in the form of Snapcaster Mage. Probably they have Mystic Sanctuary too. And we know Flame Slash was very bad in that particular game. So I think Relic over Flame Slash is a pretty easy swap. But beyond that, I do not think we should make any further changes. You know, they might have Dragon's Claw. I would just rather see it first. You know, there's definitely some merit to preemptively bringing in Artifact Hate, because a lot of the best hate that red-blue has for a mono-red strategy does happen to be graveyard-based. But the fact that we don't know for sure what the opponent is on does make that a bit tricky. You know, one of the only reasons I'm a little hesitant to really say for sure they're on Blue Moon is that I've just never seen them play Pillage in the main deck. But that's not entirely... It does make some level of sense for them to be playing Pillage. After all, if they can lock you out under Blood Moon, if they can play Blood Moon and lock out most of your non-basics, you know, maybe the plan is to pillage some of the basics that are left over. I don't know, definitely unusual. So, you know, but thankfully we can afford not to be too risky, considering that we did win the first game. So I'm going to use the same strategy of lighting up the stage on the second turn before playing a land. Hopefully they don't have something like Censor, but realistically I'd probably, well, I'd play the other light up the stage anyway, so it's not like the end of the world. Believe it or not, I'm going to play the Sunbaked Canyon. I'm going to take extra damage, but I don't think the damage is going to matter as much this game, and if I draw another land off of this other light up the stage that I want to cast, then I want to be able to play it, and if I play another land, or, yeah, actually it's hard for me to explain. Yeah, exactly. If we play another land, then I'm going to have two lands in exile that are stuck and I can't play. Most likely, as between these two cards, Lava Dart and Seasoned Pyromancer, probably Pyromancer is the higher value play. Depending on what I draw, I'm probably pitching Lava Dart. And I think we can safely say that this is some type of control deck. So, yeah, I think I'm pitching Lava Dart and a land. Assuming that it resolves. Yeah, because Seasoned Pyromancer is just so nuts in this matchup. Yeah. There could have been some merit to getting into the token, but, yeah. There's a decent chance they've got Anger of the Gods anyway. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a 1-for-1. That's not too bad. So part of me wants to play another Seasoned Pyromancer while they're mostly topped out, but I don't think that's correct. I'm just not getting... I'm not getting max value out of that. I think what I'm doing is I'm doing the old attack and then light up the stage, and hope they don't have Spell Pierce. That would feel... Yeah, in fact, actually, the crunchiness that I would feel if they had Spell Pierce, I think justifies risking revealing 2 lands off a light up the stage. Alright. Well, I think this is, well, do we want... How much do we want to expose ourselves to another Anger of the Gods? I'm okay to exposing ourselves to another Anger of the Gods. They may even have a Snapcaster Mage Anger of the Gods. You know, some may severely question this, but I find in my experience it's usually correct to just go for it. More often than not, you know, I regret not playing for high upside, particularly given that the way I've built this deck is to be able to recover quite a bit. You know, drawing lots of extra cards, having this companion. Yeah, you know, that's like a hidden upside to, you know, really trying to maximize grind potential, is that, is that you can actually afford to be a little more aggressive like that. Sometimes, like I guess with Mono Red Burn, sometimes you cannot, sometimes you have to hold back more, because you really cannot recover as much. This makes the situation a little awkward, because obviously a part of me wants to... Well, actually, this isn't actually that awkward. It's funny. At first, I thought this was awkward because I thought I'd want to use Stomp, Bone Crusher Giant, Firebolt. I don't actually need to Stomp, though, and I think that's actually correct, because I really want to get the Giant on the table. I really want the Firebolt in my graveyard. Obviously, the Firebolt right here is just strictly superior to Stomp, you know, as opposed to letting Firebolt just wither away into exile. So, yeah, I mean, you know, they still might have a Snapcaster Mage for the Anger, but again, this is playing a higher upside. I will most likely be able to draw 2 more cards with Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm guessing this is Jace the Mind Sculptor, in which case I'm very glad that I played out the Bone Crusher. Wow. I don't know what to say. Well, Seasoned Pyromancer has still got to be correct. Well, you know what I could do? I could either flashback Firebolt, or I could use Castle Embereth. Probably flashing Firebolt's a little higher upside. Because let's see, how much we can bring them down to 10, and then we're attacking for 6, then possibly 8 if we flashback the Lava Dart. I mean, that's not terrible value, but yeah, actually, you know, it's not half bad. I'm not going to flashback the Lava Dart, I don't think, but I think it's worth it to maximize damage here. And probably they don't have Lightning Bolt, otherwise they would have played it in response to the Firebolt. Oh, I must have miscalculated. Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't have them to dead, but yeah. And there's the Anger, finally. And I think we are fine with that. Lava Dart still represents 1 damage. Any burn spell now is lethal. Pretty good spot. Really wish I would stop drawing lands, but what can you do? Let's get this Seasoned Pyromancer out. Yeah. I mean, you know, they might have Force of Negation, but we have a lot. Alright, great.